Glad you're spending your evening with us tonight. We have a very special evening planned for you. Great musicianship. Let me tell you about us first. We are a nonprofit community event space, primarily a live music venue, of course. We have artists coming from all over the country, even the world. We also support a lot of local musicians. We have a monthly singer-songwriter here. We have our monthly open mic. We feature some of our local musicians on occasions for special shows. So I invite you to go on our website, fogartyville.org, and check out all our shows. We update you every week. If you join the newsletter, you can check out when we have new shows, which happens quite often. Linda and Lou can tell you. They're here all the time. So also we are WSLR, which is a community radio station here in Sarasota, in case you guys don't know, or do you know? Do you know? Yeah. All right. 96.5 FM, WSLR.org, streaming worldwide. We have great programming, lots of music, lots of specialty shows, best news, local news in town. So check us out if you're missing out. You shouldn't be, because it's really awesome. But I just want to mention, first, I want to thank Lee Oberlander, who featured tonight's artists. He brought Jonas and Anna to us, and we are thrilled sharing their amazing musicianship with our Fogartyville audience. So thank you, Lee. This is Lee right over here, so thank you. And now I want to introduce Fogartyville for the first time to Mr. Jonas Friddle, award-winning banjo player, and then Anna Jacobson, multi-instrumentalist, really amazing. You guys are up for an amazing treat of just beautiful music, so enjoy. Thank you for being here. Welcome.
Thank you so much. This is a beautiful space. Ariel's got a beautiful thing going. We were lucky to get in early enough to come catch a show here last night, and we just had a lovely time. And so now we feel pretty comfortable. We've had a full. I'm probably going to tell you more stories about your lovely town than stories about my lovely town tonight, because we got to spend the whole day here. We're going to start off with a Mississippi John Hurt tune, if you like the fingerstyle blues, but I do it on the banjo. Blues all on the ocean, blues all in the air. Can't stay here no longer, I got no steamship fare. When my earthly trials are over, put my body in the sea. Won't you save on the undertaker's bills, that the mermaids flirt with me? Hey, hey, save on the undertaker's bills. Pick it! Well, I do not work for pleasure and peace I'll see no more. The only reason I work at all is to drive the blues from my door. When my earthly trials are over, put my body in the sea. Won't you save on the undertaker's bills, that the mermaids flirt with me? Hey, hey, save on the undertaker's bills. Oh, my wife controls our happy home, and a sweetheart I cannot find. The only thing I call my own is a worried and a troubled mind. When my earthly trials are over, put my body in the sea. Won't you save on the undertaker's bills, that the mermaids flirt with me? Hey, hey, save on the undertaker's bills. My darling has forsaken me. If I wanna see her face again, I gotta swim across the sea. When my earthly trials are over, put my body in the sea. Won't you save on the undertaker's bills, let the mermaids flirt with me? Oh, save on the undertaker's bills. When my earthly trials are over, put my body in the sea. Won't you save on the undertaker's bills, let the mermaids flirt with me? Oh, save on the undertaker's bills. Thank you very much. When I said Mississippi John Hurt's name, I heard some surge and hoops and hollers, so that means I feel pretty good in this room. When you mention Mississippi's name and you don't hear anything, you change your set list real fast. I learned clawhammer banjo off of a fella named Al White. I went to school in Kentucky at a place called Berea College. Yeah. Oh, whoa. All this is my crowd. Oh,
Next,
man.
you're gonna tell me it's 50% banjo players.
Who's a banjo player in the room? Oh, okay, that's more like it. That's it. Yeah. My usual joke is nobody raises their hand, and that's a smart move. You don't identify yourself. You know, you got to move around. Yeah. Has anybody been to Berea, Kentucky? Yeah. Do you have some brooms or some baskets or? So.
Yes.
You're from where in Kentucky are you from? Beautiful, beautiful. I had a very lovely experience. I'm from North Carolina originally, but I went to school in Berea, Kentucky, and I learned a lot about old-time music from Al and his wife, Alice. And this is a song we're about to do is a song that they used to sing. It comes from Gene Ritchie originally. It's a party game, one of the little party songs from the old days, but Ann and I do it in our own particular way, but really got to give credit to Al and Alice White for this tune called Jubilee. Not F. That'd be too good.
B, maybe.
Mm-hmm. All out on the old railroad, all out on the sea. All out on the old railroad as far as I can see. Swing and turn, Jubilee, live and learn, Jubilee. If I had no horse at all, I'd be found a crawling up and down a lonely road looking for my darling. Swing and turn, Jubilee, live and learn, Jubilee. Well, the river's lined with white oak trees, the river runs with brandy. Boys as pure as a lump of gold and girls as sweet as candy. Swing and turn, jubilee, live and learn, jubilee. Thank you very much. Is my one banjo player a clawhammer player or a three-finger player? Oh, thank goodness. That's a correct answer. There is a right answer to that question. That was it. Let's see here. Anna and I have been doing this for a long time, as we found out on this trip down here together. We're looking at pictures of at least 15 years ago. So our repertoire is large enough that it's hard to figure out exactly what all we want to play when we see a group of new folks who've never heard some of our stuff before. So we're trying to give you the best sampling that we can, which seemed like a good plan rather than giving you the worst sampling. That seemed like a bad plan.
That's what I was voting for.
Because we would really love to be able to come back, I think, given it was snowing where we left. And we have had nothing but delicious food and friendly company since we've been here. We're going to do a little song off of a record called The Last Place to Go. This is a tune called Samson Was a Lover. Samson was a lover, though he killed 1,000 men. Sweet as any honey he pulled from a lion's head. Hard as any jawbone, but when it came to a woman's bed, Samson was a lover, and this is what he said. What would I do for love? What would I do for love? Would I do what I have to like everybody does? What would I do for love? And Samson was a fox catcher and a fire starter too. And he struck his match at the Philistines, he laid them in their tombs. But the fire in his heart did his own mind consume. And I can feel that heat, darling, when I'm next to you. In her room, water filled the bottle, which one prisoner was Delilah rule his mind. And you might call him a martyr, you might say suicide, but Samson was a lover, and like a lover cried, what would I do for love? What would I do for love? Would I stand between the pillars and give them both a shove? What would I do for love? Now I've heard this story 1,000 times, and still I look at you. I wrap the question around my wrist, baby, what would I do? If you ask me for my secrets, I'd tell you, darling, true. Samson was a lover, and I'd be the same for you. Samson was a lover, and I'd be the same for you. Samson was a lover. Thank you very much. We'll switch back to the banjo here. What is this? Is that purple mic? Purple mic? Where's purple mic at? Purple mic here?
He's out there. He's out.
Hey, Purple Mike. We met Purple Mike last night. Purple Mike. Did you do these chandeliers? That's right. That's it. That's it. It's a team effort. Well, you know, I hear that this place is kind of a team effort. Is that about right? Yeah.
Great.
Amen. I like
I
that.
love that.
Yeah, this is special to have a place like this. I've been a lot of places, and when you catch a vibe like this, you know what's happening. And so, really, this is a nice place to play. And thanks for speaking of nice places. We got we're here really because our buddy Lee said you guys got to come down here, and he helped make it happen. You know, he's a man who knows. You know, I wish Lee was my tour manager. That's the short of it. But one of the many wonderful things Lee took us around today was the Creative Liberties studios. There we got to go see just the beautiful thing that's going on there. So I believe there's just a few of those folks here. So wow, we got to see the art that's being done there. It's so cool. Way to go, guys. Way to do that. We hope to catch some more of that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I would suggest finding Lee during the break and asking him. So we do a little bit of a combination of tunes that I write, and then old-time string band tunes like I learned off of Al White that we did right before that. And then Anna and I's first musical collaboration, shall we say, was in a band called the Bare Hand Jug Band. We played jug band music together. Is anybody here familiar with the genre, the jug band music genre?
All right.
We like that old, the Memphis jug band tunes. There was a revival in the 60s. Jim Queskin's jug band had a lot to do with keeping that kind of music around. And we're going to play a tune off of a jug band musician named Charlie McCoy. Charlie McCoy, yeah, whew, there we go. Charlie McCoy wrote this tune. He played with his brother Joe McCoy. He played mandolin, blues mandolin player. And then he also had a group called the Harlem Hamfats, which is a pretty cool name. A sharp is the same as B flat, right?
That's what I hear.
Yeah. You say you're not gonna know, but I ran into a classical guitarist in the alley on the way here, and I was like, oh man.
Now I gotta make sure all my A sharps are B flats.
I know. I gotta say everything right. This is a tune that Charlie McCoy recorded twice, which was actually not uncommon in those days, because a lot of times studio musicians were paid per session. And so if you were quick and smart, you could record a tune under one name, get paid, go to the next studio as quick as possible, call it a different name, and record it again and get paid a second time. So this tune is called Jackson Stomp. It's also called That Lonesome Train That Carried My Baby Away. 1, 2, 3, 4. We woke up this morning, found something wrong. My loving baby hopped that train and gone down. Starts my jumper, driving my overalls. I'm gonna catch that train. They call the cannonball. I said, Mr. Depot agent, won't you shut that depot down? That woman that I'm loving fixing blow this town, and it be old fireman that could old engineer. Gonna take my baby and leave me lonesome here. Sounds like this. I was walking down the track where the stars refused to shine, and I felt like every minute I was fixing to lose my mind, and my knees were weak, oh, my footsteps was all I heard. Felt like every minute I was stepping in another world. I'll take it low, you take it high. Well, I said, Mr. Depot agent, won't you shut that depot down? That woman that I'm loving fixing blow this town. That neat old fireman, good old engineer, gonna take my baby and leave me lonesome here. I got one, you got one, here we go now. I was walking down the track where the stars refused to shine. Felt like every minute I was fixing to lose my mind, and my knees, my footsteps was all I heard. Going every minute I was stepping in another world. I'll take us out on that trumpet now, and she goes like this. That's Anna Jacobson playing trumpet and fiddle. My goodness. Do you guys have June bugs here? Is that a thing? If I say June bugs, do you say yes?
Yeah, a little bit.
June bugs. Yes. I'm not sure where the divide is for June bugs. The North Carolina June bugs were a pretty big deal because if you were riding in the back of a pickup truck with a group of kids from a baseball game, as we were often doing, you would get hit in the face by June bugs. They're very large, flying beetles, and you could also catch them and tie a string around their leg, and they fly in circles. Right?
Inhumane.
It's terrible. I never did it.
Sure.
That was a different time. Hey, you also can't put a load of kids in the back of a pickup truck and drive around on the interstate anymore. So come on, let's different times. Different times. All right. This is a song called Junebug. gone, you'll be gone, you'll be gone, and I'll be around. Well, the trucks cut the heat with their headlights on Highway number 9. The honeysuckle sleeps and the kudzu creeps up the vine. Some nights are forever tied to a country boy's mind, and some fly away, trailing only the string behind. So June bug, July and August come soon, till the sunflower settles its gaze on the September moon. And the last tomato shatters its heart on the ground. You'll be gone, you'll be gone, you'll be gone, and I'll be around. You'll be gone, you'll be gone, you'll be gone. Thank you very much. I live in Chicago now. Well, that's where the snow was, the aforementioned snow. Yeah, it's nice except for that particular. We were noting when we came down here that Lee was like, you might want to bring a light jacket. It's going to get down to like 55 or 50 degrees tonight. I told Lee, I was like, well, it was 35 when I left, and my kids and I thought it was so great. We went outside and hula hooped in the backyard, so we're all right with it. I know a couple of folks too. It's nice. It's nice to see my friend Steve. Steve's and his lovely wife and brought friends out. When we show up to a new place, it's always hard to know what's gonna go. You know, we don't tour heavy. We both have families and we both teach, and we like that. But so when we have folks, who make the effort to invite some other friends out to come take a chance on our music, we really appreciate it. So thanks to those friends, and thanks for trusting your friends to come out and spend a little bit of time with us. We're gonna do another tune here off of the Last Place to Go record called Cuba out of JFK. Used to wear my Air Jordans like they were my Sunday shoes. Your daddy looked like Tom Brokaw, baby. My mama sang the Sunday news. She sang, life's been different since we dropped the bomb, and we treat each other like it's Vietnam now. Who cares what side you're on when you gotta get away? You gotta get her. I'm headed down to Cuba, baby, flying out of JFK. All the Star Wars babies, when they want it, they can use the Force. They grew up too lazy to finalize their own divorce. I got 40 years of debt, 4 years of liberal arts. I got an iceberg of regret, baby, Titanic to Noah's Ark, and I'm singing, life's been different since we dropped the bomb, and we treat each other like it's Vietnam now. Who cares what side you're on when you gotta get away? You gotta get her. I'm headed down to Cuba, baby, flying out of JFK. I'm headed down to Cuba, baby, flying out of JFK. All right. So if you want my money, honey, here, you can have it all. Call it a terms and agreement, a piece of the Berlin Wall. And I ain't a sympathizer, but I reckon I can reconcile. Maybe we can too, baby, but maybe we should wait a while. 'Cause life's been different since we dropped the bomb, and we treat each other like it's Vietnam now. Who cares what side you're on when you gotta get away? You gotta get her. I'm headed down to Cuba, baby, flying out of JFK. Alright, okay. I'm headed down to Cuba, baby, flying out of JFK. I'm headed down to Cuba and I'm flying out of jail. I'm headed down to Cuba, flying out of jail, and I'm headed down to Cuba, baby. That's all right, thank you. Well, I mentioned the jug band music a little earlier. We wrote a record, not the most recent record, but the record before that I wrote and called it Jug Band Happy Hour. As I mentioned, Ann and I played in a jug band together. We played the front room of a beautiful little blues bar in Chicago for a good portion of time there, and I had a lot of happy memories, and thought I would try and write a record with songs that kind of match that style and themes and vibe, I guess. So there was a lot of songs about gravy and chickens, a lot of songs about chickens, a lot of songs about money, comma, not having it. So we're going to try one of those. Trouble and worry, more than your hands can hold. Count 'em by 10, count 'em by 20. That's more than your fingers and toes. Do you need someone to help you? Oh, hey, here I am. Let me look after your money. Let me take your troubles off your hands. You'll feel your troubles mine. Do you worry about heaven? Oh, hey, I'll thread that needle's eye. I will look after your money. I will take your troubles off your hands. You feel much better, and I will too if you let me take your money from you. All right, let me take your money from you. I'll treat it right. Let me take your money from you tonight. Now is an excellent time to tell you about the merch table, everybody. That's a good joke. That's a funny joke about merch tables. Oh, what are we going to do? We're going to do the next one?
Well, I think you should tell them about the merch table.
Oh, yeah, it's the merch table. It's right there. We actually don't have any of that record left. We sold that record out. Yeah?
Oh,
I know.
man.
We have the other records, but that record, that song. But what we do have is a sticker of a skunk playing a fiddle that is no way based on Anna. It's just not. There's
Wait.
also a possum playing a jug, which neither of us do. Yeah. Does anybody here play the jug? It can't possibly be the banjo player also. All right, no jug players. Sarasota needs a jug band. That's what I'm getting, right? Okay. All right. Let's start one. Ariel, I'm putting you on it.
The
Yeah.
Fogartyville Jug
That's
Band?
it. You're in charge of making sure there's a jug. There's jug band tryouts here tomorrow at noon, 9 a.m. The first rule of jug band, Ariel, is you can't have a 9 a.m. call for anything. One of my favorite authors is Larry McMurtry, and I've probably read Lonesome Dove, I would say somewhere around a dozen times. That's one of my favorite books, just absolutely captivated by that. And so I've written a few songs inspired by that novel. We're going to do one of them here for you, I think, on the old banjo. I don't want to go to San Antonio to watch you lose your money at the table. I didn't leave my home to get stuck here in your arms. I wouldn't trade a prison for a cradle. I will go where I send me. I'll tell the road, rise and meet me with a heart that won't be stable. I'm a free girl, I'll travel where I'm able. With a breeze through the fences, it's a wild breath of Texas, and no man's ever shoot her foot or led her by a bridle. But your saddle's made of leather, and your silver spurs are Django. She's a free girl, she'll travel where she's able. Now we'll go where I send me. Tell the road, rise and meet me with a heart that won't be stable. I'm a free girl, I'll travel where I'm able. Spaces in the walls where the dirty light would fall, looking round the room to see me. Hallelujah, by and by, from those walls I did fly. By my own hands, I did free me. Now I go where I send me. I'll tell the road, rise and meet me. With a heart that won't be stable. I'm a free girl, I'll travel where I'm able. I'm a free girl, I'll travel where I'm able. Thank you. I see you looking out the window, and it's hard to say we've got it good. We've been scratching out a living so long, we've chewed straight through the wood. We got married young, no one does that anymore. And they all said we did it 'cause we're poor, but I know we have. They're still looking for. They all want good love, love like ours. Though we may make camp in the ordinary darkness, we build the most famous of fires. Not all that shines keeps you warm. Many in the night will chase the moon. And when I see just how lost I could be, I thank my lucky stars that I found you. So let them whisper when they see us, and let them think that they are right. I'll smile as they pass us, their fists full of matches. It's you with whom I choose to spend the night. They all want good love, love like ours. Though we may make camp in the ordinary darkness, we build the most famous of fires. Settling down, settling down, settling down isn't settling at all. Settling down, settling down, settling down isn't settling at all. I just want good love. So come away from the window and look inside to my heart. I worry too about getting through the day. It's been a long time since I have feared the dark. I worry too about getting through the day. It's been a long time since I have feared the dark. Thank you very much. What I should do? Should we do one or two more on this set? What do you think? I have no idea what the time is. You guys don't have time in Sarasota, is what I've been told, right? Just, yeah, let's finish with it. We're going to wrap this set up with this here. It seems appropriate. I hear this town has some sort of relationship to the circus. actually got to go see Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey on their last trip around because of my buddy Steve, who's here tonight, actually. Just piecing all that together now, so that's one of those cosmic things, if you like that sort of stuff. So I got, my daughter was quite young at the time. We went to see the circus, and then I still had newspapers.
Whoa.
I was still,
Paper?
Yeah.
Actual paper.
I might have been being a little pretentious by still subscribing to the paper. But I did still get some papers, and the paper came, and it was not long after we got to see that show that they said, no, not doing this anymore. And so I thought about that a little bit and wrote this song, and this song became the title track off of the record. I had a super great experience with the recording of this record. We did the whole record analog. I always wanted to do a record. Yeah. That's. Are you the banjo player? Yeah, being growing up and being fan of records by folks like Jackson Browne and Ry Cooder and Emmylou Harris and all those folks who, when you dig into how they recorded their records, they were reel-to-reel records, 25 inches per second, and it was the tape speed. If you're interested in that kind of stuff, I can talk to you a lot about it, but I'm not going to. But I wanted to do at least one record in my life that was recorded to tape at that speed and then went straight to vinyl. So I have a record that's all analog from beginning to end, and I'm really proud of it. And this tune ended up being the title of that, and so we're gonna do that for you. This is called "The Last Place to Go." Outside the tent, the signs were all mad. Inside the tent, the clowns were all sad. The seats were half empty when the ringmaster took his last bow. There was candy and popcorn stuck on the shoes. There was just one reporter stuck with the news, and with the voice of my mother, he asked me what I would do now. Oh, how am I supposed to run away now? They've taken the last place to go. Some folks have homes in the city, but mine was the show on the road. Gravel would fly off the back of my bike, pedaling circles most every night through the spotlights of TVs. The trailer park windows were blue. All but dreams are like whiskey in a cheap paper cup. You gotta drink 'em all down before they burn up and they drop through the bottom, landing all over your shoes. Oh, how am I supposed to run away now? They've taken the last place to go. Some folks have homes in the country, but mine was the show on the road. Now the trapeze artist just lies in his net while the fire breather lights cigarettes and makes bets with the stuntman where the trick pony will end up. And the Florida plains, they have a new sound. It's the crying of trumpets, shaking the ground. The elephants are free, and me, I'm shit out of luck. take a short break and we'll be back for another set of tunes.
right. So once again, I want to invite you all to check out our website page. Visit fogartyville.org so you are updated on all our shows. Tomorrow we have Penny Lane, Beatles tribute, all-female band, really fun. If you guys don't have any plans, come on down. We have our singer-songwriter, local musicians on Monday. That's $10, and it's a wonderful evening. And then next weekend we have Roy Bookbinder, legendary blues player, on Friday night, and then we have Basil and the Supernaturals, which Basil is he's a Syrian American with a just incredible history, but giving you like all Americana songs and songwriting. So he's really awesome. And then we have Self Walker on Sunday, an amazing singer-songwriter, rootsy Americana. So there's much more than that. So as I said, always check our website, see what we have coming. And you guys are just great. I mean, just I'm moved, I'm touched, and I laugh. I'm tickled, but you are wonderful, and I love having you here, and I can't wait to have you back. So thank you, Jonas.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Lee, for bringing them to us. Thank you. I think all Fogartyville thanks you. Welcome back. Can't wait for the second set. Let's go.
Well, the cuckoo, she's a pretty bird. She warbles as she flies, but she never hollers cuckoo till the 4th day of July. I'm gonna build me a log cabin on a mountain so high, so I can see old Willie as he goes riding by. Well, my horses, they ain't hungry, they won't eat your hay. Gonna ride a little further, I'll feed them on the way. Jack of diamonds, I've known you of old. You robbed my 4 pockets of their silver and their gold. Oh, I've played cards in old England. I've played cards in Spain. I'll bet you my last dollar I'll beat you next game. Well, the cuckoo, she's a pretty bird. She warbles as she flies, but she never hollers cuckoo till the 4th day of July. Thank you. guys are the friendliest bunch of people. Yeah, it's so nice to meet many of you. A lot of people who have connections to people I know in many other places. That's just the best. That's the best thing. And then somebody asked if we would play this song. That's also really nice. So we're going to do one called Spoons. At first, I thought they were asking me to play the spoons. And then they're asking me to play the song Spoons. So we're going to play the song Spoons. Eileen stands in the kitchen, cleaning her glass at the sink. She stares out the window at the airfield. The reason her rent is so cheap, it's why all the spoons are rattling. The spoons are rattling all of the time. The spoons are rattling, the spoons are rattling. Eileen went to Italy when she was in school, and her hair was so long, all the boys told her so. She saw the Pope in St. Peter's, just like a bear in the woods. You ought to seen him, the Colosseum, the Italian ice cream, with tiny little spoons are rattling, the spoons rattling all of the time. Spoons were rattling, the spoons are rattling. I'll get my dust off my passport, get your planes off their asphalt, fly me away under the off my passport, get your planes off their asphalt, fly me away under the moon. Leave behind all the rattling spoons, rattling spoons, rattling all of the time. Spoons are rattling, the spoons are rattling. Thank you. It's always nice to have somebody ask for a song. Appreciate that. Here, we'll do another one off that Last Place to Go record. Around about the time that I cut that record, my grandfather passed away on my mother's side, and he left behind some writings, just some memoirs that he had written down. I don't even know if they were intended to be read through. I think he was just doing some writing, but they were there for us to read, and they were passed around, and I got to read, and I knew him pretty well. I got to know him for a large part of my life, and but this was little glimpses of parts of his life that maybe when I was knew him as a younger child, I didn't really understand exactly what all of it meant. And so took some time to read through those and was putting this record together at that time and wrote this song based off of the things that he had written down. It's called The Long, Long Line. The ship lay in the water with a stomach full of steam. You call it Liberty, you say it's leaving. Call it the SS Thomas Page. And rocking on her deck, a fresh merchant marine. You call me a sailor, you say it's service. Call me 18 years of age. And the water tried its tide against the claim of the eastern sky. With my finger on the horizon, I drew a long, long line. And if we shake the torpedoes and make Marseille in time, I'll be ordering up oysters and muscatel wine. I draw a long, long line from where I've been to where you'll find me. Don't look behind me at the wake of my bow. I keep the end in my eye. I draw a long, long line. Grandpa was a contract logger in Eastern Carolina, and he cut his way through the Depression. He cut his way through the lodgepole pine. And I helped Daddy on the farm with a free-wheel Baptist plow. It's nothing but the journey now, said Jesus Christ. Don't ever look behind. But the bombs on Pearl Harbor shook the Carolina pines. Sent 'em rolling in the water, sent 'em out along the tide. I draw a long, long line from where I've been to where you'll find me. Don't look behind me at the road of my plow. I keep the end in my eye. I draw a long, long line. And if somehow I can see me across the straits of Gibraltar, through the narrow of the darkness, where the stars grieve the day, hear the sound of children playing, through the sirens of the air raids, I'll see hills of Virginia, where I live out my days. And above me all the time, I draw a long, long line from where I've been to where you'll find me. Don't look behind me at the wake of my bow. I keep the end in my eye. I draw a long, long line. I keep the end in my eye. I draw a long, long line. I keep the end in my eye. I draw a long, long line. Thank you very much. Should we do low and slow?
Sure.
You feel good about that?
Yeah.
I can only stand it so much. I come from a family full of jokes. I have a lot of trouble with too much heaviness for too long, so we're going to do a fun one, huh? How about that? You guys seem to be okay with the jug band stuff that was happening. So we'll do one again off that Jug Band Happy Hour record. Some people noticed that we have these lovely Jug Band Happy Hour T-shirts that are, everybody likes a raccoon that plays a banjo, so we only have 2 of those T-shirts left.
Jonas.
I don't know. Except small people, because we have small T-shirts that's left. I mean, small people don't like jug band music. Maybe that's what it is. Children. What do children like?
What's wrong with children?
I don't know.
these days?
I don't know what that's going. So as I was writing this Jug Band Happy Hour record, I mentioned a lot of the jug band music that I really love. It has to do with, it seems like food and money. So we're going to do the other one. We're going to do one about food now. I actually don't know. There's something I don't know. In Florida, do you have a way to prepare a barbecue that's considered correct? Do you have a particular style or is it just whatever goes? Served? Just cooked, right? Yeah.
Alligator.
In North Carolina, there's a very particular way to do it. We do the pulled pork, we do the pork shoulder, and we do a vinegar sauce with some red pepper and a little bit of molasses. And if you didn't catch all that, you can catch it because I'm going to tell you again right in the beginning of this tune. This tune's called Low and Slow. 1, 2, 3. You set the smoker to 225. You salt the pork shoulder overnight. You rub in the cayenne, the mustard, and the pepper. Pull out your folding chair, you sit there forever. If there's one thing I know how to do, I make a pulled pork barbecue and I sit in the smoke. I watch the world go up in flames, up in flames. Some people gonna give up the ghost. Some visualize what they want the most, while some see Jesus in a piece of toast when times get hard. I ain't no chicken, don't know he's dead. Playing kickball with his own head. I'm iced tea, babe, I'm Wonder Bread. I keep it cool in my backyard. 'Cause there's one thing I know how to do. What's that? I make a pulled pork barbecue and I sit in the smoke. Watch the world go up in flames, up in flames. You keep it low, real low. You make it slow, so slow. That's ridiculous. Everybody wants to be the boss. Everybody got the special sauce. You got somewhere to be, baby, that's your loss. 'Cause all I want is my time. All I want is my time. It's mine, mine, mine. All I want is my time. Mine, mine, mine. All I want is my time. Mine, mine, mine. All I want is my time. Yeah, there's one thing I'm gonna do with it. I make a pulled pork barbecue and you sit in the smoke. Watch the world go up in flames. Up in flames. Up in flames. Up in flames. thing was slippery right there. That's an official Old Town School of Folk Music kazoo, by the way. If some of you have ever traveled to Chicago, you can come visit us at the Old Town School of Folk Music where we hang out a lot of times. Yours stayed. Yours behaved.
Mine.
Yeah, that's fair enough. It's ridiculous. Okay, we're gonna do this 2 tin cans, I think. If that's okay with you. So I got the great opportunity to travel a good bit fresh out of college. I spent a fair amount of time in Australia, in New South Wales, in a town called Wollongong, about an hour and a half train ride outside of Sydney on the beach. It was lovely. I had timed my travels. I thought I thought I was being clever. I was clever. I was like, I'm gonna have a year of no winter. So I did some northern travels during the summer, and then around Australia when I got cold, and I just flipped the whole thing around. It was great. So I ended up in December in Australia. I landed, got a place, went out for a walk on what was Christmas Eve, and locked myself out of my place, and did not have a way back in, and did not know anybody. And that was super interesting. So I spent 3 nights kind of wandering around, trying to figure out how to get back into my place, and slept on some benches, it was warm out, wasn't so bad. 1 night in a laundry room, which was not great. Until a very nice man from a few doors down said, "You just break the window." I was like, okay. That did not seem like an option to a nice little North Carolina boy like me at the time. I was trying to be a nice little visitor. And he was like, no, you just break the window and then you tell the landlord later. I was like, okay. So that's what we did, and we crawled back in. It was all fine. But I spent some nights out, and one of the nights I had the very distinct experience of waking up on a bench underneath a tree full of cockatoos. And they are very loud birds. They are very, very loud birds. They're beautiful, but not great in the morning. So here's a little song from that. Morning moon, you saw me alone, and we both shone crazy round the city tonight. 2 tired reflections of yesterday's light. Now here's the sun. Oh, don't be sad, I'll call you sometime. On 2 tin cans and a fishing line. Morning moon, you saw me alone, and I didn't think we'd make it, but here we are. We're sleeping together on the hood of a car. Now here's the sun. Ah, don't be sad, I'll call you sometime. On 2 tin cans and a fishing line. Thank you very much. Trying to figure out how much time we have. We brought more songs than we needed to bring. Let's do one on the banjo. You want to do another one on the banjo? Okay.
Yeah.
That's Purple Mike. Oh, that's nice. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Anybody here been to Western North Carolina for a visit? Yeah, great. So I grew up in Black Mountain, just outside of Asheville. Beautiful, beautiful spot. I grew up, a lot of Black Mountain, like a lot of places around the area, has a lot of retreat grounds. A lot of people like to come up and visit and do their camping, their canoeing, their rock climbing, their hiking. So I actually lived in a residential section of retreat grounds. The retreat grounds themselves had once been the estate of a man named Raphael Guastavino. Do we have any Raphael Guastavino heads in the audience? At 2 different shows, I've had somebody know this, and it's usually people who are into architecture. Raphael Guastavino was a tile maker, made ceramic tiles, which are now heavily featured in train tunnels in New York after they suffered a pretty devastating fire. He invented fireproof ceramic tiles, and so his whole estate was part of his production for his tiles. And I tell this story, and then I always get to this part, and I point out that there's irony, but not humor in the next statement, because I'm not telling a joke. But his estate burned down. I say, oh, there you go. I mean, yeah, it's been a while. So, but it's one of those things that just makes you scratch your head. But for me, all it meant as a kid, I didn't know much. All it meant was I walked to the school bus stop, and when I walked to the school bus stop, I would pass the old kiln. You could still see the kiln, the 2 things that were left standing of the estate. The kiln where the bricks were fired, and the wine cellar, because it had been actually buried into the side of the mountainside, so you could still go to the gate, iron gate, and the brick arch of that. So I would see those things. And then for the campers, there was a story about this green lantern. While you were camping in your tents, if you saw the green lantern walking through the trees of the woods, that was the ghost of Raphael Guastavino. Yeah. Ghost of Guastavino walks these woods with a soft and a steady lantern in his hands. He moves between the laurel leaves that cover where his Spanish mansion used to stand. Kick your shoes against the cellar wall. It's all that survived when the place burned down. Move with me between the laurel leaves. We'll find a place and lie down on the ground. Hold me while the sun goes down. Marry me if that would make you happy. We'll build a house of brick made from this clay. If the laurel leaves are green forever, that's the way my love for you will stay. Hold me while the sun goes down. Hold me while the sun goes. Hold me while the sun goes down. Hold me while the sun goes. Hold me while the sun goes down. Hold me while the sun goes. Hold me while the sun goes. Thank you very much. I think we'll squeeze in a few more here. Yeah, all right. Since there seems to be some interest in Berea College, I'll do a little tune based off of, I wasn't always traveling the world. I got a degree. And then immediately got this great job slinging biscuits at the local diner in the same town that I graduated from college in. And it was not a good job. Because I learned important things. I hold that experience dear as a piece of my education. Some things that you learned is that breakfast is not the shift you want. You don't want to serve breakfast. People don't tip at breakfast because they're sleepy or something, I guess. And you also have to show up early and take all the chairs down and clean everything. You have to prep everything. That gets folded into part of your day. And it really interfered with my late night bowling addiction I was going through. Steadily breaking 200 at that point in my life. I met some real interesting people and got a different sort of education at that point. The cafe comes on in the red Kentucky dawn. It's the Western Trail, just like Daniel Boone. Anita rolls the biscuit dough, and Andrew takes the chairs. You could stir the silence with a coffee spoon. Anita's eyes peek through two shadows of blue at a picture 80 pounds before. She said she'd lose 100 even and float right through the ceiling. She's never seen no skinny girls mopping floors. Before the day starts, you think of where you go. between the night's dark and the morning's glow. But dreams grow old, they aren't yours anymore. They leave their little handprints on the stainless double door. Every day by noon, the faces fill the room, and they put their orders in by 12:15. They put ketchup on their steaks, and they put their greasy plates in Andrew's teenage hands to get them clean. But Andrew's moving slow. He's been sleeping in his car, you know. He'd leave this town if he ever got the means. But a gas gauge on empty keeps him in Kentucky, and a gear shift will bruise his leg when he dreams. Before the day starts, you think of where you go. Between the night's dark and the morning's glow. But dreams grow old, they aren't yours anymore. They leave their little handprints on the stainless double door. The cafe's done when the red Kentucky sun hits the western trail just like Daniel Boone. Anita walks home and Andrew stands alone in a cafe lot under a Kentucky moon. Before the day starts, you think of where you go. Between the night's dark and the morning's glow. The dreams grow old, they aren't yours anymore. They leave their little handprints on the stainless double door. Just their little handprints. What are we going to finish these stories off with? I wonder. So many choices, huh? We're going to do two more. We just don't know what two they are. This is where it gets really exciting. Nah, I feel like maybe gravy better than that one. You want to do that one? Yeah. We're going to do there's a jug band from the 1920s called the King David's Jug Band. King David's Jug Band, and this, they had a tune that as soon as I saw the title, I was like, I gotta learn that tune. And that title is, What's That Taste Like Gravy? So that ties into the last tune somehow. Biscuits and gravy, we did it, see?
Yeah.
I like a good segue. Here we go, everybody. people coming from miles around just to hear me shucking corn. 'Cause it sounds so sweet, it sounds so low, just like it couldn't blow. What's that taste like gravy? Mama says, you know you wanna know, baby. Well, Uncle John down in Alabama, way down in Alabama, where caught a possum and he named it Joe, and he put it in his barn. You cook that possum, you cook it down low, grease came running from JoJo. Well, what's that taste like gravy? Oh, Mama says play the guitar, man. Oh, to go Hey, what's that taste like gravy? Yeah, your mama says, you know you wanna know. What's that taste like gravy? We're in your soul. You got to cook that chicken. You cook it down low. The grease come running from JoJo. What's that taste like gravy? Mama says, I know you wanna know. Anna Jacobson, everybody.
Jonas Friddle.
Thanks again to Fogartyville for having us down. Thanks again to Lee for helping make this happen. You know, sometimes you gotta have somebody just say, you should do this a few times in a row, you know? And that's a friend. So thanks for that. And then thanks for all of my new friends for coming out tonight to hear us play our tunes. We really appreciate it. We're gonna leave you off with one of the first tunes that I ever wrote and the title of one of the first records I released. That's hanging out over here. I'd love to meet you over here by the table and answer any of your questions about tape speed, microphone choice,
Gravy.
If you're
Barbecue.
if you missed my pulled pork recipe, I'm very happy to share it with you. So this is a tune called Belle de Louisville. Somebody said what? Yeah, it's good. It's a good question. Belle de Louisville is, I believe, the last still steamboat operating on the Ohio River. And you can see it as you cross over the bridge. So if you happen to be from North Carolina and live in Chicago and you happen to travel that route often, you will cross over the bridge and you'll see it right there doing its thing. I searched the river from the top of the hill, looking for the Belle de Louisville. There on the river I love so well rolls the Belle de Louisville, and all my river rivers, they run back south. Baby in the cradle, now hush your mouth. Well, the wind and rain in Chicago, you know the climate don't suit my clothes. Freeze my fingers and my blood runs cold. Can't even pick my old banjo. And all my rivers, they run back south. And baby in the cradle, now hush your mouth. So I bought the coat and I bought the shoes for that girl that I could not lose. Promised my love and my life, she would only be my wife. She calls me to weep and to mourn. She calls me to leave my home. And all my rivers, they run back south. Baby in the cradle, now hush your mouth. Sometimes I stare at Lake Michigan, dreaming I'm back home again, on the banks of the Ohio, watching that old steamboat roll. And all my rivers, they run back south. Ah, baby in the cradle, now hush your mouth. Yeah, all my rivers, they run back south. Baby in the cradle, now hush your mouth. Thanks so much for coming out tonight, Sarasota. Anna Jacobson, my name's Jonas Friddle. We hope to say hi to you after the show. Thank you so much.